But we have a question from Brian. Considering that we already have a King Kong set in 1976, the Jackson version in 2005, does this movie bring anything discernibly new to the series, or just dutifully recycle familiar elements with some flair?
The latter. I mean, I think Brian, was it?
Yes, Brian.
Brian, I think you hit it on the head. I mean, it basically recycles elements from old King Kong movies with flair, and with this Vietnam framework.
But I think that's sort of its appeal, because it is a very splashy movie.
Yeah.
And I was not, Jordan Vogt Roberts, who directed this, I reviewed, I believe, his last film, The Kings of Summer, which I didn't like at all. It was a much smaller film in indie. And I was very surprised how much I liked this. But the splashiness is the appeal. Yeah, this is totally familiar terrain. You know, Kong is it doesn't even do a build-up of... It doesn't even pretend like you need some anticipation.
Normally that's true. Normally in a Kong movie, you get a lot of anticipation. Like we see the wall.
Is there? Where could it be?
We see the wall. Fay Wray's up there, or Naomi Watts is up there. Something is coming. We hear its approach. This almost springs him like a jump scare.
Within the first 90 seconds of the movie. You see King
Kong. You see him immediately in the first scene.
There's no playing around with it. This movie does not hide King Kong. It does not do any kind of build up with King Kong. It knows that what you're here for. You're here for the giant ape, for the people running from the giant ape, and the people fighting the giant ape. That's all it's going to deliver.
But like the new Godzilla, I think it does sort of productively limit his screen time a little. It allows him to be off screen for some of the film. And I think the weakest portion of this movie is its final stretch, when it turns into, I think quite strangely, the weakest portion is when it turns into a full-blown two kaijus punching each other movie, because I don't think that stuff is all that imaginatively staged. I think the movie smartly keeps him off screen for some of it, so that when he does show up, it's nice to see him. We don't get tired of him as an image.